Robin.
You're listening to Opie Anthony. On the virus. Sirius XM.
Got Jim Breuer in studio. Make sure you go to iTunes and get that Christmas song, please. Breuer says he needs the money.
And if you missed it, I'll be playing it on my Boneyard show tonight. It was really good, man. I'm not being polite either. It was actually really good.
No, I'm nervous.
Why?
Look at you.
Why are you nervous?
Because it's just out of my butt.
Out of your comfort zone?
I'm a little cocky. I like this song. But when I have peers like Jimmy, like when I hit send, it's like, oh God,
it's
out of my hands now.
That's it. It's done.
He's either gonna go, fucking Breuer, fucking stupid little fucking little retarded little faggy song, and then I didn't hear from him. I'm like, oh fuck,
I feel so
horrible.
We were texting, and the problem was I haven't been on. I pre-taped some Boneyards because I was away. I was in L.A. last week, and so I wasn't on the air that much. And then even seeing you this morning, I didn't remember until you mentioned. I'm like, oh my God, what a dog shit friend I am.
Yeah, but I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I'm the same way. People send me stuff like, yeah. I mean, you get 40 emails a day and texts, and you're diverted 24/7. And you go,
I think the song's going to do well. Our audience should go to iTunes and get it for Jim Breuer, please, because his wife's remodeling. Also, really fast, JimBreuer.com, because I see you're all over the fucking place this week. It's unbelievable.
This week, it's like
you're everywhere.
A bunch of different cities.
North Carolina, Atlanta, and a bunch of places in Tennessee. So if you're in any of those areas, go to JimBreuer.com to see where he's going to be. Okay.
How are the one-off and comedy club nights, Jim, that you're doing? They're good, right?
Always sold out.
Really?
They're phenomenal. I may even I may next year tour just during the week. I love being home on the weekends. So to do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and come home like Friday, or a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and like 2 shows on a Friday and come home is phenomenal. And I like going from one city, the next city, the next city, the next city.
Keeps it fresh, right? Instead of staying
you
in a
don't
hotel
get
for 3
bored.
days.
Not only that, like I hate 2 shows.
You do.
I'm done with it. I'm too old. I don't have the energy.
I'm done with it.
I don't like doing, even same premises. It drives me bonkers.
Right.
And I'm tightening up an hour right now. So it's I'm done. I'm ready to go.
So just before break, you were sitting down. What were we going to discuss?
We were talking about just the attitude. I think we were going into Africa.
Oh, all right. You were done with the daughter?
Is that where we were going? Well, it's part of the daughter thing.
Oh, okay.
It's part of the daughter thing.
Yeah, you went to Africa with James Hetfield.
I mean, it's out there.
He went with the
Instagram and all that.
How great is that?
And that's when I knew I was safe, because I was very nervous about going into a safari, because we're staying in tents. Literally in tents in the middle of nowhere. And
wow, that's cool.
It was cool.
Were you scared?
I was real scared.
Yeah.
Because
you had your whole family?
Yeah, that's why. I would Google every night, people mauled by lions.
You're just prey at that point.
Who's been mauled by safaris? Is there
just more food out there?
Right.
Is there a lot of people getting mauled?
I didn't find any.
So my first question: you're in tents in the bush, basically.
Yes.
So how do they protect you?
Well, this is what they say. They say, listen, you have guns? Yeah, but we're going to sleep way over there. You're not going to have a problem. You're going to hear lion, you're going to hear hyena.
You hear shit.
Oh yeah. Man. This is what you hear. And you're in your tent, your eyes are bulged like a cartoon, and you don't want to move or make a sound. And the sweat, I literally could slide off my bed because I was sweating so bad. Now, what I was really petrified about was, in the tent next to us was my 8-year-old daughter, and she's staying with 3 other kids. And they tell you, like, listen, don't turn on lights, and don't make like a noise in the middle of the night.
Oh, my God.
Because the animals just think it's a big tent, and then, if you start going, oh, I'm in here, and the curiosity.
It's a TV dinner, right?
Where's your bathroom, by the way? Is there a bathroom in the tent?
There is a bathroom in the tent. However, you have to unzip the back of your tent, and then you're kind of in another section of the tent, and then you got to unzip that, and literally you're sitting on grass, and there is a little bit, it's not like staked down.
Yeah.
A snake, anything could be. So I was doing a lot of hovering. You see ants and big bugs and beetles while you're and all lights are off. So you got to kind of bring a flashlight. All the generators, everything's off at night. So, and the first night, he's like, listen, you're going to hear lion and hyena. Just stay in the tent and you're fine. I promise you're fine. But you hear hyenas are eerie. You hear like, ooh. What is that? Ooh. And then you, ooh. And it's all around you. And oh my God. And you freaked out. And then the second night, a freaking hyena went against our tent. You can hear him walking on the mat, and then he scraped against it and then sat in front of him for a second. It was just complete silence. He got up, walked away, and then I remember D going, "Did you hear that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking heard it." Just be quiet. And we got out, and there's his footprint in the morning right there. And
holy shit.
And then you ask the guys, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he was, they smell the food, and they're like coming for the scraps."
By food, I mean
to them it's normal.
Yeah.
The stupid lions come around, they want the freaking chicken legs.
Can't you get a guy to stand in front of your tent with a gun? Give him some extra?
You probably could, but at the end of the day, they don't really bother.
They don't stay up at night?
No, they go to sleep.
I would assume they would stay up at night and let you guys sleep.
No,
they got a brand new crew in the morning.
They stay up a little bit, but no, they're up all night. Now, the second is the first drive we go on.
Right.
I'll post this. I'll try to post this online. We're videotaping, and there's three cars. In the back car is them, just the adults. Me and my wife, James, his wife. The middle car is the teenagers, preteens. The first car is my 8-year-old and one of his sons, right? His one son. And we come across these elephants, and elephants are kind of close, a little baby elephant, and you're like, oh my God, we're in Africa. And then they freaking charge. Nope. And I'm videotaping, you just see the camera go kablunk, go straight down. And the thing charges my daughter's car, the 8-year-old, while she's sticking out of the top, hits it.
It's like Jurassic Park.
And drags it.
Holy shit.
About 10 feet. And the whole time I'm just visualizing getting tossed, crushed to death. They jump out of the car. No guns. Guys clapping. And you hear him going, come on. I swear my life. I'll send you the video.
Oh, I believe it.
And so then I pick up the camera once he starts running away, and I pick him up, and he shakes his ears, and he kind of gives us like a little F-U with his trunk, and then takes off. And everyone then turns to me, he's like, did you get that video? I went, no, I didn't get a video. I panicked. And I wanted to see what was going to happen to Dean, and my daughter's like, oh, I got it all. And she did. I was like, kind of excited.
Wow.
She's got the snapshot of the elephant pushing the car.
Holy shit.
And you see my daughter like looking on like, oh my God, freaking elephant.
Was it a baby elephant that pushed the car?
It was a full grown, it was one of the teenagers.
So how'd the guy fucking clap his hands and make the elephant go away?
He says they think it's a gun. And now they claim never ever do elephants actually make contact. 20 foot, most of the time they charge, and they'll get all the way up to the...
And they do that slide stop.
And then they do slide stop, right.
Yeah, their ears go out fucking real wide.
Right.
And it works,
Yeah.
But he goes, this was very unusual that he actually made contact.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be unusual? Right. Why wouldn't it be unusual when I'm here?
Of course.
Of course it's unusual.
Why didn't the car drive when the elephant was charging it?
Our cars were off. Because when we first got there, it spooked them, so we turned the engines off. So you're sitting there, and you're taking in the ambiance and the elephant.
Did you complain to the manager?
The manager.
I'd like to see the supervisor, please.
Tell you. That's why I love that fucking Disney Jungle Cruise. Nothing unexpected.
God, you just assume they have it all figured out, like you're intense and they're staying up all night for you. And
no, matter of fact, one of the last nights, it was the greatest thing in the world.
How long, by the way, was your trip?
12 nights.
Wow, okay.
So on one of the last nights, and you're in a different park every other night. One of the last nights, we're all sitting around a fire, and it's before dinner. Before dinner, one of the Zulu guys come to your tent. You got to flash a light. He comes, picks you up with a spear, he walks you to the fire, which is next to the dinner tent. So you go there, and all of a sudden we hear like and he gets a flashlight, and about 30 yards away is a freaking hippo.
Oh shit!
And that's the first time I saw. That's the first time I saw.
Don't look to your right, Jim.
You're right.
Sorry.
That's the first time I saw a safari guide panic a little. He went, okay, everybody stay behind the fire and start slowly backing up and head towards the tent. Please go in the tent. And out of all the animals in all of Africa, hippos
I hear they're
are the most dangerous.
Yeah, they kill more people over there than any other animal.
I didn't know they attack on land. And I always thought, like, what are people retarded? You don't know in the water? No, they come up on land to graze, and like an elephant. And if they see you, they're heading for you, and they snap you right in half with them jaws.
Jesus
So wait,
Christ,
did the hippo see you guys? Of course he did, right?
He did, and at one point, he was sideways, and when we flashed the light, he faced us.
Oh man!
And that's when, and then the other guy picked up, and he stuck the lights in his eyes, and we all went behind the fire because the fire was freaking him out.
How primal is that? Hey, we got to protect ourselves with fire.
Yeah, do you ever think you'd be hiding behind a fire from a fucking hippo?
2013.
This is on television.
Right, I was in the Real Survivor. That was the Real Survivor.
No
Do they have guns, the guys? They got to have
They
a
do
gun.
have guns.
Okay,
because
so
we would go on guides, and they would definitely have guns.
I'm sure it's the
so what
ultimate
happened with the
last
hippo?
resort to shoot one of
We
them.
didn't even know. We went to the dinner tent, and once you're in the tent, he's not gonna bother you. It's just too noisy. There's too many people. It's fire. They don't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
But it was sick.
Yeah, no kidding.
How big was it?
Awesome. How big was the hippo?
Yeah.
Oh man, he's probably a good 8, 9, probably like 8 feet long. He was a big hippo.
Do they not like being petted?
That's amazing.
I tried my damnedest, but no, he wouldn't. If I had pictures, I'd
I got to tell you, everybody thinks that when cavemen finally discovered fire, how to make fire, you always think of the cooking aspect first. It's like, and heat and stuff like that. How fucking great must it have been to go like, wait a minute, everything that tries to eat me is afraid of this shit?
That's right.
It's gotta be the greatest fucking thing they ever came up on. Like, we'll just put this shit out in front of the cave, and now no fucking things are gonna just sneak in and eat our babies tonight.
You're right.
That had to be the most amazing thing.
It really was, and Anthony, that's the first time that thought process even went, because the first thing he said was, get beyond the fire. I went,
fire.
Oh yeah, the animals are
they hate
fire.
this shit.
This is great.
Hey, this is great.
Get the fire!
Just walk around with a torch all day.
There's not an animal on the face of the earth that has figured out, except for man, how to put that shit out. you know? Like, there's not one other fucking animal that can put that fucking shit out. And even we have trouble. But at least,
You would have.
that's fucked up, dude.
There was another. We went to this tribe in the middle of the bush, middle of nowhere. And this one night we slept in these tents that weren't even canvas; they were see-through.
Oh,
they were like
God.
mesh tents. So we're sitting there, and there's no big animals, but there's no predators, so they say.
Yeah.
And the mission was to find these guys called the Hazda tribe. They think that maybe they're the original man. I don't know. So they're like our Indians. They're nomads. And we find them, and they take us hunting and show us how to make fire and all this stuff. And, you give them salt, and they're like,
Meanwhile, they're just African actors. That's like our Disney there.
right. And
you just happened to find them.
And that's all I could keep thinking. I went, now, the safari guide was like, listen, I got these guys coming. The guys in Metallica, and the other guys are bringing, I could really use your help here.
When they all
salt and a poison dart.
When they all get together, they sound like every cast member from The Wire in real life. They're just like, oh yes, well, we were out there in the bush.
That one guy looked like he was high all the time. I see his kids look just as big as him. It was crazy.
So they took you hunting, though.
Dude,
that's pretty
the
fucked
best
up.
but they separate you, so you're only allowed 2 a quote warrior. So me and my 8-year-old are following this guy through the freaking middle of nowhere, and I started panicking because you really don't see anyone else, and you're in high grass, and you're going around. And he kept going around these rocks, and shooting out, and then he finally came out with a spear through like one of those prairie looking. It looked like a prairie dog.
Yeah.
And the thing's still alive. Like, shit. And my daughter's traumatized. Like, oh my god. And I'm going, oh, it's great. And he took its head and smashed it on a rock, and he smashed the thing, and he tied it up to his waist. Like that's his lunch later. It was pretty fuck. When I put the whole thing together, I'll show you like little highlights of that. It's freaking. That was one of the best when you see him just holding this thing up with an arrow through it. And he smashes it and ties it up to his waist.
Like it's no big deal.
All right, let's keep continuing our journey.
Were there any hotels at all? Like when you first got there, or was it right to the bush?
When we landed, our safari guide picked us up, and the first thing I saw was in the middle of the night. We're just on dirt road.
Oh, man.
We were in Tanzania, and you just see people wandering like the street. There's no shoes.
Where are they going?
I'm like, where are they? Some people walk. There was a fish market we went to one day in the middle of the desert. We had to drive like 5 hours in a desert to get from one destination to the other. And people have like a donkey in the desert, and they're walking.
Oh my god!
Like a day and a half, 2 days just to go buy some fish. And the way they keep the fish fresh is they smoke it. So they smoke it right there, and they do this once a month, and they stack up on like enough fish to get them by. And it's literally living in the middle
What did you
of
eat?
Nowhere. Oh, we ate like kings and queens, I'd say.
Did you?
They brought in the good stuff.
Yeah, no, this guy literally would set up dinner like a 4-star restaurant every night in a tent. It was one day, he surprised us. We were in the middle of the Serengeti, and we wake up one morning, and we didn't have anything, and then all of a sudden, we just stopped, and they have this full-blown freaking buffet set up. So we sit down, and we're eating. It's freaking amazing. And I started backing up because the picture was amazing. So I'm about maybe 50 yards away, and I'm snapping, shot. I got it all on video. And they're going, hey, no, come back. So what is like? You can't wander off. You got to stay in the group.
Shit.
And then we finished breakfast, got in the car, and I don't think we drove 60 yards, and it was a whole pride of lions just hanging out.
Oh fuck!
Underneath the tree with babies and everything. They were probably just watching us like, if this dope
It goes back any
lingers
further.
any longer.
That's like anybody else watching an ice cream cake back up towards them.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
You aren't worried about like the food or water?
You're getting
sick.
I was, but they supplied nothing but bottled water, and the food was unbelievable.
Really?
It was,
What kind of stuff did you eat?
well, yeah, we had steak, we had chicken. It was like curry chicken. It was.
But did you eat any of that weird shit? Hippo or cheetah?
No. And the guy, the guy's the safari guy literally flies to the States, and he goes over everything you want to do and everything you want to eat.
Oh, wow.
What kind of wine you want to drink, what kind of alcohol you like.
Damn.
Dude, you would and if you're a hunter,
Yeah, Anthony would love it. There is one element he might not care for.
you won't even have to deal with that, Ant. You won't even have to deal with that.
Hilarious. Fucking Jimmy.
Totally different.
I know. I've heard.
Totally different.
Yeah.
There's no music culture there.
No.
If that's what you're worried about.
Yeah, no.
Totally different culture.
What airline did you guys take?
KLM through Amsterdam. 8 hours Amsterdam, 8 hours to Kilimanjaro.
Out of L.A.?
Something like that. No, Jersey. It was unreal, man. It was freaking
awesome.
unreal.
Sounds like a great time.
Dude.
You would like it.
I probably would.
Really like
it. I probably would.
But if you were to do it through the people we went through. It's literally, you don't have to see nothing. They personally, they wait for you at the airport, get you, brings you to his he brings you to his compound overnight. Now I just watched the freaking movie, what do you call it, with the Django. I'm on the plane, I watched Django. And then I show up at his compound, and you're like, wow, this reminds me a lot of the movie. It's just like they're waiting for you. He's a white guy.
Oh, Jesus.
And they're waiting for you to pick up your bag. I'm like, I got my bag. Like, no. Where do I go? All right, take my bag. Not gonna, and you stay in these amazing places. It's pretty awesome.
Wow.
It was awesome. It's really good.
Damn, dude.
It's that time.
That's
you
so
gotta go.
fucking cool.
Brewer's
Darn
got to
it.
go. This sucks.
I love listening to Brewer. There's very
I
few people
know.
I've said before that have the gift to be able just to hold everyone's attention for a while. Jim is like, Louis is a guy who can do it, and you. I
Yeah.
can't think of many, even comedians, that can be as interesting
Right.
as talking about anything.
What does Louis do? Is he resting for a while? What's he doing?
No, he's shooting a show.
He is shooting a
Yeah.
show. God, he's freaking brilliant.
Yeah. I was just watching one of his stand-up specials over the weekend. Just threw it on. I had seen it before. His fucking act actually has rewatchability.
Yes.
It's so odd with comics. Like,
Yep.
you know, there's certain comics that you could just watch the whole thing again and it's funny still.
Yeah, and that doesn't happen a
So
lot. And
weird.
He's made me work real hard.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Like, he made me go, oh, that's what you got to do. You just
Yeah.
got to keep pumping and pumping and pumping. So I owe a lot to what he's doing.
All right, Brewer.
Thanks for having me, man.
Jim, anytime,
JimBrewer.com
man.
for
Kidding.
concert dates. He's got the brand new Christmas song that sounded awesome. Go to iTunes and get it. What is it's called?
Santa ain't coming to town.
Santa ain't coming to town. from
Parents reprimand
Brewer.
their kids.
Jim Brewer fucking rules. He's been a great friend of the show for many, many
Man,
years.
you too, bro.
We're going to take a break. So,
The great Jim Brewer.
Tell him, Fred.
The Virus. Sirius XM. This is the Opie Anthony Show.